So there's a possibility that Dave Free, when he had made that post on Threads, he was responding to Drake. Me and my friend were talking about this, and it looks like this might be more of the possibility when it comes to that post. Now, granted, he was posting cryptic photos, cryptic messages beforehand, and I thought, in speculation, it could have been in regards to that. However, after talking to my homeboy, we were speculating he might be responding to Drake with just that one post alone, and it might be separate from the other things he's been posting. The reason why, and we'll go back to the post that we had talked about previously, right? When we had talked about this post right here, Dave Free had said, calm. And I was like, calm. Does it have anything to do with the recent photos? At first, the new speculation, after talking to my friend, right, was that he could have been responding to Drake the whole time. Now, the reason why, and you could be asking, well, what do you mean? Why would he be talking about Drake? Well, when Drake had did this complex interview in regards to his Iceman episodes, there was several responses that he did. I believe this was through email. Complex had messaged him through email. He would respond. He would give these lengthy paragraphs to respond to. And one of the responses is something that we talked about on the channel. But after seeing what Dave Free had talked about, after seeing what he was posting, now it's starting to make me think that he was talking in response to Drake subliminally. And I'll explain right now, because we'll go back to what Drake had said. This is what Drake had said in that post. He said the game is extremely calm seas right now. Read that again. They asked him, he wanted to try something new, a series of theatrical live streams on YouTube where he could debut new singles and build up a storyline around the project before it drops. In response, Drake says, I have been trying to act and I have been trying to look for a challenge. He says, the game is extremely calm seas right now. Nobody is rocking any boat on the water. And so once we discussed the live stream rollout, it just sounded like the perfect mix of risk and reward. So now we're talking about calm seas. What did Dave Free say? He said calm. And in my recent video, I said this is him taking a sub at Kendrick Lamar, because who has been rocking the whole entire year? We talked about GNX and its anniversary. It's Kendrick Lamar. He's the one that's rocking the seas, rocking the boats. But Drake wants to say that it's calm seas. And then after this complex interview, Dave Free is going to go to Threads, which is probably one of the newest apps that's to come out, right? He's going to just post one word that says calm. And then it got me thinking, there's a possibility, bro, that when he was writing this, he was talking about Drake when Drake said calm seas. And I was like, like, oh my gosh, how did I miss that in the first place? You see what I'm saying? Now that there's a possibility that Dave Free had saw this message and was like, oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're saying. You're trying to discredit us, the people that beat you in a battle, the side that beat you in the battle. How can you say this after being defeated? You don't even want to acknowledge the success that we had. And I don't even think it's that. At this point, I think that Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar are well aware of what Drake is saying in this message. They're well aware, just like me and you, when we talked about his complex interview, that he was taking a sub. He was throwing subs. He was throwing subliminal jabs, and Dave Free caught it. Now, granted, in the other speculation, he could be talking about a music video. However, after looking at this, I was like, he could just be responding to Drake. And the photos and everything else that we've seen could be unrelated, could be the cryptic messages that we're talking about. But I just thought, in speculation, this was just a good thing to point out. I mean, could he have been aware of what Drake was doing in that interview and then decided to put this? Now it's making me think, right? Now it's making me think that there's something going on behind the scenes. I feel like after this anniversary of GNX, Drake does an interview, Dave Free potentially, allegedly, keep it alleged, could have responded to him. Now what? Who's anticipating what? Are they anticipating to drop? Are they waiting to see? Or are they telling Drake, watch what you say, because we might drop again, or we might be dropping soon because you said that, or we're waiting for you to do something so we could do something, or we're going to do something. Are you waiting for us? You see, that's what you see. That's when I just start rambling, bro. I start thinking like, man, now who's gonna jump first? The ball is in anybody's favor. At this point, it's a jump ball. Who's gonna go first? But I know for sure this is a standoff. I feel like this is a subliminal, like a subliminal standoff, if anything, right? This is crazy though, bro, because now it puts it in perspective. Because people had already talked about Drake, right? They already discussed how it seems like he doesn't want to drop because he's afraid that Kendrick will drop right after him. But then again, if you're talking like this in an interview, talking about calm seas, and then Dave Free comes back and then he says calm, it's almost like we're still watching. We're still listening to everything you do. Be careful what you say, because if you do something, then just know that we're ready to take action. We'll remain calm, like you said. But how long until we got to go and show you that we're ready for anything, more ready than anybody else right now? Just said GNX is a classic. You don't want a classic response either. You know what I mean? At this point, y'all could tell me. Like I said, bro, in the last video, I was assuming that this could have been a reference in regards to the other messaging, other photos that he took that were very cryptic. But this seems like a straight response to Drake's interview, which is also something that could be. But this is all speculation, right? We keep it alleged on this side. But man, bro, what are the chances if he was responding subliminally to Drake because Drake was taking subs too? It's a sub for sub, ban for ban. You know what I mean? At this point. But y'all could tell me, bro, do you really think that this is something that he was responding to? Or does it add up with all of the other cryptic messages that he was sharing, in the past few days? There was also, and I forgot to mention this, with the cryptic messages and the cryptic photos that he was seen in the studio. There's a picture of him on the studio working with other people, where I believe it was Terrence Martin and other people. So that also leaves the idea that they're working on something behind the scenes. But could they drop that something because of what Drake is saying? A lot of people are saying that, right? Y'all tell me, man. Y'all, I would like to know y'all's opinions on this. Could this be him responding to Drake's interview? Could he still be giving us subliminals? At this point, we'll keep it alleged, y'all. We'll keep it alleged. This is all speculation. Just want to put that out there. I was just talking to a friend of mine, and then it clicked because he asked me, well, what did Drake say? And I was like, I told him the phrase right here, paraphrased it. And he was like, but ain't that what Dave Free said? So that's when it started kind of clicking in my head. Again, we'll keep it alleged at this point, but y'all could tell me how you feel in the comments. I appreciate everybody who's been rocking with the channel. Appreciate everybody that's been supporting the channel. If you'd like to donate to the channel, links will be in the description. Patreon, if you want to catch the recent lives, if you want to get some merch, I know it's getting cold where y'all are at. We got jackets in there. We got new merch coming soon. Everything's in the process. Everything's in the process right now, but I appreciate everybody for rocking with me, supporting me, and all that, bro. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about this and get back to me, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace. Keep it alleged.